Yes, everybody, Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Not much happened yesterday, I think. Just check my emails. What? We're third? Joint second. Anyway, what a game yesterday. We'll have a little debrief, get your thoughts. Obviously, yesterday the boys did a great job with the watch along. And then me and Stel warbled on about stuff about Masuaku live from the Supporters Club. Go back and check out the highlight show. We're managing to get all that tech working. Eventually, it's a bit scary, isn't it? But anyway, it was a nice backdrop as well. I made sure it was like dark and night and you saw London Stadium. So go back and watch that. It was good fun. And then the boys had their rating show yesterday. Some good ratings. Interesting ratings. I think someone commented, what's the point of doing a rating show when everyone's going to get a 10? Because we're massive. Very true. Very, very true. But anyway, it's another week. Not too nice and sunny in Ormchurch today. Not too shabby Alonso. Bit nippy in the air, but yeah, we are massive indeed. Let's see who we got in the chat. James, good afternoon to you. Job interview at 2 p.m. So the best way to prepare for that is to watch us. Sounds great. Good luck, mate. Good luck. Always have my advice is always have a good couple of questions in the back of your pocket. Because when they say, have you got any questions? And make them ask the questions. Make them answer the questions. So, I was like, what was I always used to what is there anything you can see which wouldn't make me, what type of person are you looking for in the role? Is there anything which you see in me which you don't like, or any reason why I wouldn't necessarily be right for the role? Always, let them think. What's great about the company? Why are you used to at the company? Why do you enjoy the company? All that type of stuff. They love it. They love it afterwards. Good luck, James. Here, and hope you're my friend. Just remember, we are massive. We are massive. Oh, I'm still coming down from it, to be honest. I did some. I'll show you some stats in a minute, which is quite interesting. James, Sharky, good afternoon. Good luck, James. Loads of love for James. Father Slam, good afternoon. Your countdown. Best of luck. There he is. Your countdown, Mikey. Mikey, the Genk fan. Big fan of Mikey, the Genk fan. Steve, good afternoon. Afternoon to you, mate. Sharky, yes. WHU58. Charlie Painter, good afternoon. I'm all right. How are you, Dave? You feeling all right? If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. I'll tell you what we did. And, fair play. Obviously, you would have seen on Saturday, we had Craig from Anfield Agenda. Oh, such a lovely bloke. Honestly, such a lovely bloke. And this morning, he sent the boys a lovely email saying, well done yesterday. You thoroughly deserved it. Love all your work in your channel. Loved coming on, chatting to you. Some really good comments. You seem to like the viewership seems to be a really switched on bunch of lads and lassies, anytime. Lovely. Didn't have to do that, did he? Didn't have to do that, but fair play to him. James, just be yourself. You got this, indeed. Be yourself. Oi, Russ. We are massive. We are, Steve. Looking forward to doing the do you have any questions for us part. What are we? Yeah, Jimmy goes, one question. What are we? And are we massive everywhere we go? Everywhere we go. Yeah, you definitely get the job. Although I found today another two people. I found out my boss's boss. He's a West Ham fan. Despite the fact I've been here for 2 years, I've just found that out today because he messaged me. And one of our suppliers. They're coming out the woodwork now, isn't it? Coming out the woodwork. Being a West Ham fan is just incredible at the moment. I can't believe how lucky we are. Do you know what? It's so true, Sharky. It's so true. It's a really, 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 really enjoyable time to be a West Ham fan. Really emotional time, I think, as well, because a lot of people have been through, obviously, a lot of people went through the heartache of going from Upton Park to the stadium, and that was a big wrench for some people. And, we haven't had, the greatest levels of success, have we? I mean, I'm 40. I've never seen, I know I don't look it, but I'm 40. I've never seen us win a proper cup. We'll say that. Sorry, the 99 boys and the Intertoto Cup. But do you know what I mean? and yeah, I found it really emotional, and and it's really weird at the moment. I was driving home, not for Christmas, almost, and there was it just seemed to be every song that was played on the radio had some sort of like significance. It was really weird, I remember, like, it was Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Then there was Journey, Don't Stop Believing, and then my good friend Alex from who works at Mississippi State University sent me this video, and they played Don't Stop Believing. It got me all emotional. I'm like, what's going on? This is West Ham, but it is. It's just it's an incredible time to be a West Ham fan, and it's long may it continue. Long may it continue. I messaged a few people today, a couple of ex-players, and like, are we dreaming? And one of them went, don't wake me up until May. No worries. Ladders, I hope you're all well. Paul, the Everton fan, hope you have a good win. And well done for drawing, because Spurs, not everyone can win on a Sunday. Well done, Everton. Good win. I sat on wooden seats at Goodison. Oh, yes. You still got them. I remember that. Long time ago, man. Long time ago, those was. Happy days from Peach. Hope you're well. I developed a permanent happy grin. But we all have, haven't we? And the flip side is it's harder to get into the supporters club because they get more and more memberships, which is brilliant, but hanging around more because we're winning games. So it's taking me longer to get home as well. More people think about these things. They don't think about it. And also, like yesterday, I just saw the sort of the swell of people leaving the ground. And again, it's because we haven't had that, just crazy, absolutely crazy. Beautiful start to proceedings. The seat of Trev followed by last post. Did a fine job to Trev, and then it started clapping. I was like, "Oh, don't do this," because someone put on Twitter, "Don't." Hopefully, you won't start clapping like they did at Manchester United. And then they stopped, and then they did the last post. Clive, his name is, the buglist. We've had him for the last 3 or 4 years. I like Clive. He knows what he's doing. He does a good bugle. My particular favourite song is the note is. I love it, and it always gets me seeing when the flag bearers. It's usually like sometimes I've had the Royal Legion guys in, things like that. Yeah, brilliant. We like you, simple as that. Thanks. Cheers. Good luck, James. Aidan, good afternoon to you. We've all been singing indeed. Can you believe it? We lose so many games to Liverpool. Now we win, and how the ref was bad. He didn't have Oggy was elbowed. Indeed, yeah, but it's win's a win, man, isn't it? Win is a win. 5 years, something like 17 games we haven't beaten them in the Premier League. Big gun, welcome. Hello from Norway. Great win yesterday. It certainly was. Morning, Fresh Fielder. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. Not good morning. Good morning to Wally in Pennsylvania. Very sunny Pennsylvania. We've been singing West Ham Massive everywhere we go. Indeed. Mark Alexander, afternoon. All great results. Shame about Oggy's injury. But are we now going to see Diop and Zuma can do together? Craig Dawson, I thought, came on and did a fine job. Obviously, got 2 weeks now. It's international break. A little bit tricky, isn't it? I don't like international breaks. It might give Oggy a bit more time to get back. Who knows? Obviously, fingers crossed we come back with a clean bill of health on everyone that travels in terms of the international players. And that's always worry, isn't it? Particularly where, but obviously we've got Wolves on the Saturday, the 20th. So we've got a couple of weeks off. We're going to try and fit out with as much cool content as possible. Hopefully we'll have a couple of ex-Hammer interviews next couple of weeks, maybe some celebrity fans, some quiz nights. Stell is back tonight for the flagship show. That'll be on tonight night. Well, I won't say tonight. I'll just say tonight. I don't know what time that's going to be, but just tonight. Stell will be back with the flagship show. So make sure you check in for that. I'm sure it'll be a very, very enjoyable show. And I imagine he'll be waxing lyrically. Hopefully he's not still drunk from the supporters club. He was quite drunk. Simon, good afternoon to you. Hammerhead, Jota needs banning for what he did. He does. He certainly does. Got through the bad times to appreciate the good. You do, mate. And it's very rare. It's very rare. Life's about peaks and troughs. And usually you don't realise you're in a peak until you start going to a trough. And you go, oh, shit, that was a good time. But this is the time we need to remember. As I said, look, I'll show you some stats. Show you some cool stats. Let me share my screen. I saw this today. This is made a bit bigger so we can see. Best season at current games played. Yeah, third or joint third, but we'll take that because the others were in the. Well, that was in the first division. That was in the first division. That was when we were in the Premier. Yeah, this was the first Premier. So obviously the best we've had so far. So a third in our all-time list. And considering some of those were in the second division and stuff, that's very. I mean, there's no 85, 86 season there. You got championship seasons. You got a few first division seasons. But then that was the first season in the Premier League, and we got promoted. And then obviously, if you look at best success, Premier League success at current games, top of the pile by a long way. Let's make that a bit smaller so we can see that. 72% success rate, 73%. We'll roll it up. 73% success rate in the Premier League. So it is our best Premier League season. We were joint last time, weren't we? Joint with the 15-16 season. Now it's top. That ain't bad. Good luck, James. Let us know how you get on, mate. I got emotional before then, Russ. As soon as the Trevor and the trumpet come on, I was done. It always gets me. What's the name? The what's it called? Remembrance always gets me. Right. There we go. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up as always if you like the video. If you think we're massive, give it a thumbs up. I did a little thing later, which I'll I asked. I put one on Twitter this morning. I said, was it this morning? Yeah. And was it yesterday? Might have been yesterday. And I said, give us a 10-word match day review. I've taken all of them, apart from Canningtown Len, who basically said I never buy a drink, because I never do, because I'm literally there for 10 minutes ago. And I made a word cloud. And look, what's the biggest word? Massive. Massive. Irons, team, better, manager, mentally, I don't know about mentally, but unbelievable. Just to get a flavour of the West Ham fan base at the moment. We are massive. It is a team. It's the manager. It's better, and it's unbelievable. That'll do me. I thought that was quite funny. We might do that more often. Just to get like a 10. It's quite hard to get in like a whole match into 10 words, but I thought it was quite cool. Of course, again, because I have a tripod, indeed. Can we win the title? They are so massive. I really believe we can. Let's just wait. You know what I mean? Gaz, hope you well. James, hope you well. Something special is happening. It is, man. It is happening. No home game until Brighton, the 1st of December now. So, yeah. And then we've got the Wednesday, Sunday, Thursday, haven't we? All 3 games at home with Brighton and Chelsea, then Zagreb. But hopefully by then we'd have already been qualified for Europa last 16, because we'd have played Vienna before then. Irons. The period we're going through is akin to the 85-86, but the feeling is nothing compared to actually winning a major trophy. Indeed. That's what we need, Charlie. We need to cement this now. It's great, but we're not going to be talking about that time we finished 6th, or the time we finished 5th. We're going to be talking about the time we were challenging for the time. I mean, the boys of 85-86 didn't win a title, but it was so they were so revered for coming so close. And same with the boys in 1980 and stuff like that, in terms of the FA Cups and obviously the 65 Cup Winners' Cup final and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what we need now, because this team deserves to be spoken about in the same ilk, I think, as those other seasons. So we need to win something. Maybe the Carabao Cup. As I said, it's our best ever start to a Premier League season, and it's our 3rd best in our history. Looking at the stats recently, so there we go. Everyone's talking to themselves. All credit to Virgil van Dawson. Indeed, your fellow presenters done a great job yesterday, Rob. They always do. And as I said, Anton will be off soon. He'll be having a baby, so you'll be stuck with me still, and Stato and Luke and stuff for a couple of weeks at least. Good to see Danny Dyer at the game, cheering on the Hammers. Yeah, I'm sure he was. We may have a special guest joining still, or so I've been told. Oh, there we go. We'll see, Scott. We'll see what happens. Is everyone still? But we are all still buzzing. We won and still had a shandy. The potty mouth comes out, doesn't he? He has one shandy. He has one. He has one. One baby sham, and he's beeping this and beeping that. Unbelievable. 4th game this season for Scott. Not bad for super chef working 100 hours a week. Mental. I keep my own stats in Excel too. See, PGADs, all the best people do. I'm lucky because I've seen us some proper cups, but I'm even more happy to see us do this currently for the younger sportsman fans. The stats are even better for the calendar. They are. We're the third most informed team in the calendar year of 2021 in the Premier League. Oof, what a feeling when I'm dancing on the ceiling, indeed. Sam, are you still half cut? What's going on? I'm loving our teams are turning dirty when they realise we're giving them a game rather than giving up. Great time being hammer. It is. One word, consistency. Good. It is brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant. I'm very pleased by that. The Czech billionaire, he was there. I saw him. He looked very. I saw him joining in a little bit towards the end. As is unusual, actually, on Friday we had Stel turn up, didn't we? Lunchtime show. And we're bringing soon to be baby daddy again. There he is. He's still in that position. I think he went to bed like that.
I can only stay for a short time, but I've got so much built up excitement.
Yeah, I know, it's mental, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it?
It's phenomenal.
It's as I said, I finding all these West Ham fans like in my company are emailing me now. I didn't even know there were so many. They're all coming out glory hunters. That's when you get to a point where you get glory hunters.
You're so right. I am getting texts from people that have, we meet maybe at my son's football match or whatever, but texts were coming in yesterday. My neighbour across the back is texting saying, West Ham are massive, or you're going to win the league, and all. It's just, it's mad. It's madness. Madness, mate. It's mad. It's such a fun, crazy time, and the belief within the team, and that's what I said this morning. I was talking to someone. I was saying the belief in that squad is so phenomenal, and it's emulated when Pablo Fornals talks, and he says they say to him, "You don't get the 2 goals. You only get one of the goals." And he said, "I don't care. I don't care as long as the team score."
Did you see like Zuma's like 2 goals?
Yeah, 2 goals, 100%.
That's great, man.
It's just such a, I don't know. I feel like every time we do these shows, Russ, I'm just repeating myself. But and yeah, it's disappointing even when we draw. It's disappointing when we draw. It's disappointing when we lose, of course.
Yeah.
But right now, it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't. I'm not worried. I'm loving what's happening. I'm loving what's happening.
It is, man. It's just weird, isn't it? It just still. I mean, as I was saying to the boys, I thought yesterday would have been the blip. Like the blip, like that. Okay, we had a bit of a knock to reality, the Genk game, and I thought, this might be another one. Okay, get a draw will be a good result, but it's like
that could have been the blip. The Genk one could have been blip. Mikey, hope you're well, mate. Good to see you.
But yeah, no, I thought it might be a bit, but no, man, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy at the moment.
I mean, the only thing for me is not being there. I would love to have been there. Sure. I know it's not the be-all and end-all. You can support West Ham from afar. It doesn't matter where you're from and where you are at and where you live and all that sort of stuff. But I did say yesterday in the highlights show, I don't know if you heard me, I said that yesterday you could really hear the piercing noise coming through the telly. Really hear it. And I'm not saying you don't ever hear that normally, but it was just like, it was like a notch up. It was like a tiny notch up.
Yeah. It was. There was a point where I was sat there. I should have taken a video really, but I was sat in the box and I was like, you could just, I can't remember, it might have been Stand Up If You Love West Ham or West Ham are massive everywhere they go. And literally, you saw the whole stadium, obviously Liverpool bit, the whole stadium like moving. It was just like, it does get me a bit emotional sometimes thinking about it, because it's like, it's the sort of, particularly like how shit everyone's had the last 18 months and stuff. This is really like, right, okay, this is it. This is it. And hopefully, we keep it going now. Hopefully we keep it going.
I know Stel sent me and you a voice memo, and he kind of summed it up well. He was like,
like 20 voice messages in about a minute. Oh,
and it was like, I thought he was going to end it all there and then, but anyway, he didn't, and he was stating that the fact that he was really emotional about it, he can't get his head around it all, and it's probably a good way to put it, Russ. I genuinely feel the same. I'm watching the game, and you're listening to the players. You're seeing. I recorded Match of the Day, and I'm sitting watching it again, rewatching everything again, and the way that Pablo Fornals skids. I mean, Russ, I'm putting it out there. I think I've been saying it for the last 6 months. I've not had a player's name in the back of my football top for years. I'm talking years. I actually think maybe the last one might have been either Trevor Sinclair or Di Canio. I don't know who it was. But I seriously would consider putting Fornals' name in the back of my top.
Do you know what? Actually, speaking of that, and I know I see you in the chat. Go and watch. Go and see James Fever's Twitter. Right, his partner videoed him, and that second goal 4 hours, and you just see him going, and because he didn't know it was happening, he's going, "Come on, yeah!" He was like 4 hours, best fucking player on the pitch. Sat down, he went, "You filming me?" You're like, yeah. Honestly, it's so true, and I think Pablo epitomizes everything about West Ham in terms of, again, he's not from around these parts. He's so plugged himself into the West Ham ethos.
Absolutely.
And again, the player that we didn't buy as we didn't buy him as sort of this box to box. We bought him as a 10 really, and Pellegrini did, and he's just developed into this player that is pretty much after Declan Souček, he's the next player you put on the team sheet.
Quite possibly. I mean, you could go as far as saying that he's got equal. I said to Matt last night, I was like, Pablo Fornals could be the trio of putting him on the starting lineup. But in actual fact, Russ, then you start to go through the rest of the team. You're like, Bowen, you have to play him. Antonio, you kind of have to play him.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to play these players. It's true.
It's true. But I think with Fornals, he's the glue. I think he is like the guy who just when we haven't played well, it's usually because he's not been in the squad in the starting lineup.
Yeah,
so you look at Genk. We didn't play well against Genk until he came on, and the others too. And you go back, and he just brings this Hayden Mullins, Jeff Pike, Peter Butler mentality. There we go. Mention Peter Butler, but it's that sort of you wouldn't necessarily know what he does, but it's just a sense of energy, and I just think he epitomizes everything. So
yeah, you are. But yeah, you are totally. He's bought in, like you said, to the West Ham way of thinking. I think Matt said, if you look up the West Ham way online, it's probably Pablo Fornals. That should be the image that appears more than anyone else because of what everything he emulates, everything he does, the way he connects with the fans, the way he talks about the club, the way he plays, the way he's transitioned. And I think he's a prime example of someone that's been at the club that Moyes has changed and transformed.
Yeah.
And now you can see the pattern of what he's planning to do with other players. That's why I keep going on about Benrahma. I thought Benrahma had a great game yesterday, Russ. I really, really did. I think a lot of people have let him go under the radar in the game yesterday, but I genuinely thought he had a great game. The amount of times the ball came over the top, he collected the ball, first touch, really good, drove into the box, was willing to take on the Liverpool players. Yeah. Again, the hard work added to that. I was so impressed again with Benny yesterday. That just shows me that this team is united as a whole, 100% the way that
it is, man. And again, we mentioned Zuma, and it's like just him. He just has just bought into it. And he epitomizes it. And there's a picture of him. I think he went out with him and Masuaku and I think Benrahma.
Yeah,
they had a picture of the three of them. It's just a great time to be a West Ham fan. Great time, man. Absolutely mental. I love it. Love it.
Absolutely.
It's all good in the hood.
Well, if everything goes according to plan with regards to what happens at the end of the week for me and the family, I haven't broke this news yet, but the aim is to try and maybe try, not guaranteed, but get to City away if I can. If I can. That's the plan. That is the plan.
Oh dear, you're mental. You're mental.
We'll see.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. And obviously, as you said, we alluded to yesterday, obviously, old Danny boy was in the crowd yesterday, wasn't he? Danny K.
Yeah, he was. He was.
And again, it's just layering the good news at the moment, isn't it? I just hope that, right, there we go, touch every bit of wood. Everyone comes back from international duty. Okay. Because that would... It's such a West Ham thing, isn't it? It's like, brilliant. It's like then we've got to play out all the kids against Wolves. But anyway,
yeah, absolutely. I think when you saw him there yesterday, it kind of solidified what was about to happen.
Yeah,
I'm not getting carried away in terms of things like investment. In actual fact, Russ, that's not the be all and end all to me right now, especially what David Moyes has done. It's good that if we want to. If they want to invest into the team and the playing squad, all that sort of stuff, I certainly don't think David Moyes is going to walk away and go, I've got £300 million and I'm going to go and spend it, because he is not going to.
That's not him.
No,
that's not him, is it?
No.
That's why I think he never had a chance at Man United, because he's not that type of player. A manager would go and spend, 25 million for Zuma is a massive purchase for him, and you look at Bowen and Souček, and they're like 17, 19 million pound. That's sort of how in today's market he operates.
Yeah.
10 years ago it was at 8 to 10 million. Now it's 7 to 19 million, and you'll find these gems. And we as West Ham fans, I wouldn't want us to go and buy a 70 million pound player, because that experiment failed, like with Haller and Anderson. I want us to go and buy it. Madrid have putting Jovic up for sale. I'll have him. I think he'd do a good job. Yeah. But you know what I mean? That type of, or Hlošák or something like that, who we can see him develop into these great players who.
And that's the thing, Russ, isn't it? It's like, do you remember that interview that David Moyes did? Not at St Andrews this year, but St Andrews last year. And he sat there and he talked about everything he said about the young players coming through, developing players. We can't just throw people into the team. Everything he is saying, he is doing. He literally is doing. That's why I find it hard to even remotely consider that Vlasic can be a waste of money. I know we've spent a bit of money on him, but there's a reason we spent a bit of money on him. We've got to give him time. He's hardly had a consistent game time. No. He's not going to get consistent game time this season. It's going to be next season we may see the next transition. Benrahma this year is actually going through, in my opinion, what Fornals went through last year. Like he's got better, he's getting consistency, and I think we may even see the better part of him next year. Again with Benny, what you don't want to do is lose many players from the squad. No,
and
probably anyone.
Anyone. Yeah, and also, you look at, obviously we could have AFCON next year, and so if there is talk of the Lingard deal happening in January to cover Benny basically, and then obviously competition pace when he comes back, that seems a sensible thing. Because it just, again, will be maybe one short, just one short, I think, with the AFCON. So it's just a great time. As I said, I did my 10 words. I did a thing on Twitter asking people to do their 10 words matchroom report, match day report, and I put it into word cloud. And look, what's the biggest word?
Love it. It is, honestly, I love it.
Just massive team, better. Unbelievable. Love it. Mentally
Look
tough.
At that. Field upset.
I took out the one that Canning Town lent, and I never buy a drink as a supporters club, because that's true. I never do. But that's good, man. It's all good. Where can I watch? Go back and watch the the Matchday highlights show. Matchday highlights show, Hammerhead, and you'll see Stell with his one baby sham and like the potty mouth, absolute potty mouth, isn't it? One baby, one shandy, and he is like.
Yeah, I know. But do you know what, Russ, as well? We had lovely comments a lot yesterday. I know we get them a lot as well. But just to reiterate anything that's ever been said to us in terms of the lovely words, like, I genuinely mean it. And do you know what? Yeah, we do this. Let's get subscribers. Let's get likes. Let's get this. Let's get that. What this has brought for me personally is an even stronger connection, even though I've always had that strong connection. I've always gone to the games as much as since I've been a kid, all that sort of stuff. But the fact that the people are coming back going, we love what you guys are doing. It drives you to, the amount of times, Russ, I've said to you, I've got the family coming over. I would always watch the game, but putting on a show an hour before the game starts can be tough. But you know what? You're driven to do it because the people are looking for it, and it's fun and it's entertaining, and I totally appreciate people turning up and giving us the time to.
Oh, totally, yeah. And even when we're walking back from the stadium, and people go, "Hey, WESTHAM Network, how you doing?" You're like, yeah. I love it. And if the people come up and have a chat or whatever, it's great. I absolutely love it, man. Everyone go and watch West Ham Clips. Is alternative commentary for this game. It's absolutely brilliant. He has dubbed Zuma the Croissant Chiellini. Oh, this is brilliant, honestly. And he calls Jurgen Klopp the German Gary Monk or something like that. It's, honestly, I love Clips. He's brilliant. Such a lovely boy. But go and check that. It's really, really good, man. So when's what's the name?
Baby.
Yep.
Baby, we are going in on Thursday, so I'm just tying up a few things at work. I'm working till Wednesday, so I should be around for a couple of days if people need a bit of hand with a couple of shows. come Thursday, I'll just need to see what happens. But I'll probably take at least a week just to get settled into the new life. I'll still be watching West Ham. Don't worry, I'll still be watching West Ham. I'll be hopefully holding a newborn baby, watching West Ham, introducing the new baby to their future as well. So
the future, and the future's bright. The future's claret and blue.
Yeah, and suddenly you're getting all these like millions of new people coming out going like, "Oh, I like West Ham. Oh, I like West Ham."
I know.
Oh, look at this, you know.
I know.
And you're thinking, God, the years of struggles, of pain, and we still can't. Do you know what's funny? We're humble in our approach just now because it's like we just don't understand what's going on.
It's like a bit of a daze. It's like I've likened it to like New Year's Day, because obviously New Year's Eve, you go out New Year's Eve or you have a house party, and you don't go to bed till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. That's late for me. And then on the next day you get up about 9-10 o'clock, and you're just in a sort of like your head's in a bit of a daze, and you're walking around like, and just like, you know, you just don't really know what to do at the moment. And I don't know how far to let myself get ahead of myself. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's
worrying.
I mean, Nigel put up his barometer, his season barometer, which is really great. And we're in the Champions League, and you know our goal difference is a lot better, and we're about 3 or 6 points up than we would be same time last year with the same games and the same fixtures. And you're sort of saying, oh. And someone made a comment about, you know, could this be Leicester? And I was like, no, I don't think it could. I'm still like, I can't let myself go yet.
Yeah. I mean, the funny, I think a key word seen someone mention it well back ago in the comments. Everything again that Moyes is saying is consistency, and that's what he wants to keep consistency in team selection, consistency in the attitude, the way that the players are playing. Yeah. You know, but something I want to talk about. We've got names, but I'm not giving away names or anything. If it's a boy or a girl, we're not too sure. Could you imagine, Russ? Could you imagine? Everyone, this is Stelios Baker. I might just miss that one out.
Cross that off the list.
Origi, I want to talk about Origi a little bit because he came on and he changed the kind of front line again. And I think he is a really good player. You
can see why we sort of had, you know, there were rumblings about him potentially coming to us, because I think I thought he is a good player. He seems for some reason, he seems to have grown about a foot taller than I thought he was. Yeah. For some reason, I think
he has got high hair though.
Yeah,
he's got Johnny Bravo hair like Stell did yesterday. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yeah, like
Russ, you were like this.
I had to move the camera. It's like, whoa, Brill Cream.
But you know, I don't know. I think Origi is a hard worker. I think he is a hard worker. But what I will say is, you know, you don't just take the goals he has scored for Liverpool, and the goal he scored yesterday. You can't really. Matt was making the point of going, you know, he watches a lot of what Ben Foster says, and Ben Foster says a lot of things like, if you're a goalkeeper, the attempt, even though if you're not going to get to it, you still have to make the attempt. Yeah. So that's what Matt was going down. Matt was going down that route of saying, I'm just disappointed that Fabianski didn't make an attempt. However, my argument to it was any goalkeeper could have made an attempt to save that goal, and I don't think they would have got it. No. The pure and utter skill set, quality, ability to be able to do what he done was just was phenomenal. So yeah, I like Origi, and I think he would be a nice option. But I mean, for me personally, and I know we're not talking about that, but for me personally, I think we need to go and get Lingard. I think that would.
I think yeah. We should probably do it. Maybe sort of next month. We should do a proper transfer prediction show, shouldn't we? Really, what would we want, and get a few people on and get a few comments on as well, and get a few guys to come on and say, you know, what their wish list be. You know, Father Christmas, you got to start doing your Christmas list soon. But if you could, you know, give a Christmas wish list to David Gold, Moyes, not Gold. David Gold wouldn't do anything to it anyway. He'll put the wrong person's name on it. But who would you pick? And you know, what if you had, you know, 50 million? That would be quite interesting, because I think a lot of people have different opinions. That's for sure.
Russ, before I go though, again, we done the player rating show last night, and Antonio, I want to give a massive shout out to Antonio. I thought Antonio had a great under the radar game yesterday. Yeah. He caused Van Dijk so many problems, but what people keep failing to realize is we got 2 set piece goals
again,
yesterday, and you can potentially thank Antonio for standing his ground for those goals going in. He stood in front of the keeper. He did not move, And he disrupts everything in that back line. He worked the flanks. He came in central. He had an opportunity, and it was just unfortunate the ball kind of stuck behind him. But if it hadn't stuck behind him, I think he would have gone on to score. But for me, I just think that I think Antonio has become such a valuable player for us, and I don't like the fact that some fans are going, he's crap or he's being crap, because so many times in his West Ham career, Russ, West Ham fans have dug him out and he's come back and proven them wrong again and again and again and again. The guy is played himself into the team, rightly so, and it was a massive part of our victory yesterday. And if he never made that run, Russ, and if Van Dijk hadn't cleared that ball, we would never had the corner. Do you know what I mean? He was effective in pretty much everything he did yesterday.
Yeah, and and I know you said it on the preview with Craig from Anfield Agenda, and saying how Van Dijk, and Antonio would be a good battle. You thought they're both sort of quite strong, and it was a good battle between the two of them. I just thought, honestly, how Trent Alexander-Arnold's in this England team. I know he's a great free kick, but honestly, Benny and Arthur had the running of him. Honestly, he was so poor. But anyway,
I'm going to let you go. Finish off the show. Sorry, I've taken over. I just wanted to come on and get this out. I needed to get it out. So,
go on then, mate. I'll see you later.
Come on, you irons.
There we go. Take care, man. Oh, yes. So you never know who's going to turn up. Now, someone made a comment up here, which I was going to let me find it. So sorry, because I'm trying to get through it. So many people. There's loads of people in the chat. It's lovely to see you all. If you're new, Andy, why don't you come more often? I can't find it. There's so many chats, so many comments. It's lovely to see. Let's go through a few of these more. Fun fact: Origi went through Genk's youth academy. See, and that's why Mikey's here. We are massive. We certainly are massive. Zoom is a rock smash. That if you want to, just notice the moving icon. Oh, thank you, Freshfielder. Almost 38 minutes in. I'm glad you enjoy it. 108 people watching. Well done, 26. Well, if you like, if you want, if you don't, it's up to you guys. Even Klopp didn't realise we were that massive, indeed. And Origi's dad played for Genk. You see, now there's this weird associations with clubs now. And I think we'll have one with Genk now, because obviously we were here in the network with Mikey. But, these weird things and these weird associations, and obviously us with Slavia Prague, and now potentially Sparta Prague if Danny K takes the money, gives us the money. We'll see. January window. We'll do a proper thing, Ultralight Lure, Fish UK. Great name. We'll maybe a bit later on, towards maybe the end of the month, maybe even December. We'll do like a Christmas list. I quite like that as an idea. Natural finisher as a bulldozer. You're totally right. You're still going. Oh, you're not actually. Okay. And forever blowing bubbles in the air. Good. Ronaldo will be kicking himself not coming here. He's who? Cristiano who? I agree. Fab's in the stage of his career where mind and body has lost the beat in the bang. Yeah. It's fair enough. I think see out this season. I think we're the potential is if he doesn't get injured, we offer him a 1-year contract next year, and then whoever comes in, whether it is Areola, whether it's Sam Johnson, either or, would do a great job as number one. I think I personally, Johnson's my choice. Just always liked him as goalkeeper, Mr. Reliable, not erratic. A bit like Fabianski. Fabianski's not an erratic goalkeeper. He's not necessarily a entertaining goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? He's just steady Eddie, and I think Sam Johnson's a steady Eddie, where Areola's a little bit excitable. But part of me likes that in terms of like Adrian. I used to like Adrian as a goalkeeper. Wasn't the best goalkeeper we had, but he was excitable. And sometimes he would have an absolute worldie, and then he'd like completely spoon it in the back of his net. But I quite enjoyed that. Just that craziness about him. I mean, you wouldn't see Fabianski throw his gloves on the floor and take the last penalty against Everton in the cup, penalty shootout, would you? But what's his name? Adrian, you would. Do you think Lingard or Iggy will allow us to be? I think yes. I think so. But let's just one game at a time, innit? We've got a couple of weeks to just dream before we play Wolves. Let's enjoy that. I say get Lingard back. He, along with the guys, had a part in starting this. They did. West Ham is the talk of football. It really is. Antonio tied the defenders, did fall out. He did. He ran really. I mean, Antonio runs. He does a lot of unselfish running. If that makes sense. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people when I know he was announced as man of the match. A little bit of a but it's people's opinions. And I think Antonio had a good game. I just think he wasn't as on paper. You wouldn't see him in the highlights show because he did stuff, but he did a lot of running, drawing defenders away, giving people like Bowen then space because he's the focal point. So yeah, it's great. You can knock the ball out to him, but defenders are going to be knowing he's going to be there. So by him moving out the way, leaves gaps for Bowen and Fornals to run into and score. So good to see. Great performance. Everyone seemed to be going at the so-called and not sitting back happy days. Well, that's the trouble last year, wasn't it, Steve? We'd knock off sort of the Burnleys and the West Broms. But when it came to the greedy six, we never really turned up. But this year seems a bit different. There's a different mentality, which is amazing to see. Let's go through. Everyone's talking to each other. I got Football Manager 22, drew 2-2 with Genk, won the European League. Is it a sign? It is, Mark. There we go. We are massive. Where have all the glory hunters come from? I know. I'm an Everton fan. I'm loving this West Ham side on the way you are playing. Cheers, man. It's good to see. Family 11, Russ, that would be a good one. Indeed, we could do a family 11. Shopping list. Origi or Lingard or Origi or Watkins. Well, let's see. There's 3 manager positions at the moment. So it's obviously the Newcastle, the Norwich, and the Aston Villa job. Fat Frank maybe went in for one of them, I reckon, but we'll see. Moyes will take Coleman from Everton in January. I don't think so. Can Cresswell play the noble role? Great show. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. I couldn't pick a man of the match. The whole team played well, no mistakes. Bought Coleman for 60 grand. What a man. Fair play. Fornals, superb. Let's not forget how good Jared and totally agree. Antonio becoming more of a team player. He is. Then he goes through, just puts his head down and just runs. And you go, fuck, just pass it off and he would have scored. But yeah. Antonio is currently living in Alison's head rent-free. For Simon is a no, and he falls and all sees next. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so everyone knew. So we do these lunchtime shows on a Monday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm in the office. So on a Monday, I set people some homework. So if you enjoyed it, come back Tuesday and Thursday. Come back Thursday, Friday. We have a giggle. This is a little bit about football, but it's mainly about the community that we brought in from the West Ham network. So like last week we did. We've done like West Ham Bond 11, so it's like Andre Ayew to a kill. So it's taking like West Ham, but I think we did a Ghost 11 last time. So we did like Bobby Gould, Samasi Abu, all people like that. So it's all good fun. And then people can sort of suggest ideas. So the one which was suggested last week, I think this is going to be bloody hard. So I'm just going to type it up. Is to do a Only Fools and Horses 11. So like Nathan Trotter, people like that. That type of thing. So Trigger and Uncle Albert and all these types of things, and Granddad, and so that's your homework. It's a tough one, but usually it's the tough ones which end up being the most entertaining because they're almost like, ooh, everyone really hurts because you're trying to get through it. So that's your homework for this week. So there we go. Ronnie Boycey. Exactly. Ronnie Boycey, indeed. That's exactly what we're trying to do. It's a bad miss from Mane. Straight in front of Fab, wasn't it, really? Klopp not watching any sense tonight. Don't think so. Russ is only part-time now. He's not here Wednesdays, unfortunately. But we will be. So obviously we won't. So that's the lunchtime stuff. But we'll be back tonight. Still will be here with the West Ham, the flagship show, West Ham Weekly. Tomorrow, either tomorrow or Wednesday, we've got an ex-Hammer coming on. Jake's got West Ham Official's got Jimmy Quinn on tomorrow, 7:30. Jimmy's a lovely bloke. We've had him on the channel. Check out the playlist and you can see our interview with him. He's a lovely guy, Jimmy. But we hopefully will either have one tomorrow night or Wednesday night. I'm waiting on them to just tell me which day they prefer. On the other night, there'll be a quiz, another West Ham quiz, and it'll be a picture quiz. So it'll be all like, who's this Hammer? What club did this Hammer go to? So it's all a bit of fun. So if you want to join us, join us. It's all good fun and games. Giovanni's a Chelsea fan. Thank you for beating Liverpool yesterday. You're very welcome, Giovanni. Why don't you give us a subscribe and come back and chat again? Del Boy Piero. Well, it's not, yeah, but West Ham players, GP. Marlene Harewood, exactly. My favourite was the Disney 11 was good. So that's what I want to do. Afternoon, Rich. Hope you are my friend. Manny, on a mini roll. On a mini roll. A personal favourite chocolate ever did. Joey, you plonker, Bert Beecham. Exactly, Narky. So come back Thursday and we'll go through them all. Obviously, it's international breaks as well. So we'll try and give you a bit of highlights in terms of what happened and who played and how many minutes they played and that type of thing, because you got to keep these guys make sure nothing gets injured. Front page of the BBC Sport football website. Why not dream? Are West Ham serious title contenders after Liverpool's win? Who knows? And safe standing trial to begin with Chelsea Liverpool on the 2nd of January. There we go. But anyway, so we'll go through all the. And tonight, actually, if anyone's in the Dagenham Redbridge area, Daggers, Daryl McMahon, big ex-West Ham player. We've had him on the channel. Love Daryl. He's such a lovely, sweet guy. They're playing Salford at the Daggers in the FA Cup first round. So Salford City, obviously that's the United boys one, isn't it? Class of '92. So check that out. So if you want to go and watch them play tonight, it'd be good. And then we'll have all the international stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. I hate international break. I really do, because it's, we stop momentum, but also for us, it's like, we have like a sort of a system, don't we? We have a preview show and and it just disrupts it all. So, but it means we try and come up with something different to talk about. So, next week we'll probably do some opinion stuff. I've got a new idea for a Hammers 11, which I want to try and do, which I think could be quite funny. But we've also got some ex Hammers coming up this next couple of weeks. We've got some celebrity fans coming up this week as well. And that's all gravy. Right, last few comments, and then we're going to go. Remember, it only takes a calorie to hit the like button. So there we go. You can be all saving. So, we should hit a few more like buttons. Wash those hands, get those jabs. I had my booster on what's the name? I had my booster on Saturday. So yeah. You've got an England top on. It's not an England. It was provided. Someone asked me on Twitter the other day. This was Store 64 Clothing on Twitter. Lovely guys. They sent me this. This is actually a claret and blue England badge. It's quite cool, and I think obviously with deck and stuff. Under 16s will be home on Saturday. I'll confirm once available. Very good. Obviously, over the next couple of weeks, we've got the West Ham women at Dagenham Redbridge. Have got a couple of games playing at home. I think got Spurs and I think got Brighton. So maybe we'll try and get someone on there to have a chat about them games as well. Right, Manscaped is great. Just got one. Well, there we go. And if you want a Manscaped, you want to down there Christmas. Maybe give it to the old man. Give the old man a shave up. Go to manscaped.com, put in the checkout West Ham Network, all one word, in the discount code, and you get 20% off plus free delivery. So that's all good. Not seen any Minge for a while. Have you run out? No, I've still got Minge. Minge is still here. I have a continual supply of Minge. Skipper, there he is. Continual supply from Amazon. That's mine. Mine gets delivered. Mine's delivered to order. No out of date Minge for me. It's all fresh Minge for me. Back to work for me. Have a good rest. Me too. Fun fact today: when the moon is overheated, when you weigh slightly less, it's overheated when you. There we go. Is it stopping momentum, or does it give West Ham a break? Yin and yang, innit? Stell's in the house. Good afternoon, Stelios. Agent Zuma still not late. Well, it's better go in a minute. Does Minge say, it tastes lovely. But I keep it in the fridge. I don't like warm, like sticky Minge. It's got to be like, firm. Not too firm. Not too firm. Couldn't come up as a worst time. Wish we'd just contributed for a great run. Yeah, I know, mate. But anyway, Steliarkos will be. I think he's recovered from his baby shams from last night. As I said, he left us about 3 voicemails for like a minute. Oh, it's ridiculous. Give him one shandy and he's anyone's. So anyway, he'll be on tonight. The West Ham Weekly, which will be just tonight. I won't say what time because he does what he wants. He does what he wants. It's Steliakos. He does what he wants. So yeah. So there we go. There we go. Stel's live. I was talking to Stel. Will there be a special guest tonight? I don't know. Don't think so. Is there? I don't know. And tell me nothing. Anyway, peeps, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe, all that good stuff on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Why don't you consider becoming a channel member? If you're loving what we do, really, really appreciate it. And always, I think there's over 50 or so members we've got on the channel now. And I do every one of these shows. I like to thank every one of them at the end. So a little video. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Come on, you irons. Don't forget your homework. I'll see you Thursday. Much love. Bye-bye.
It's like a family tree.